So let's do new moon reading. We'll see how far we can get. Okay, so we're going to start with Aries. Just a second. I almost feel like all the mirrors are together. Let's see. Aries. Okay, we have the card of clarity and the Queen of Cups. So someone you love figures something out. You figure something out emotionally. This could be more security around something, more security around, because this card represents major changes. And with it being the Queen of Cups, this is an emotional process. Particularly, this says you aren't a victim of circumstance. Rather, you are the beneficiary of it. You will set yourself up for success in the long run if you are willing to adapt to this shift. Everything is working out for the best. At long last, you are accomplishing what you set out to do. Everything will work out perfectly as it should in the end. I feel like that's what's happening with this Queen of Cups is she's finding more, again, clarity around it. That's good energy for the moon. She's ruled over by the moon. So I feel like this moon for you, again, is good. It could really open up some places that, I'm seeing this device that she's holding as something very complex, but she understands how it works, or she's trying to figure it out, and at least there's another piece to the puzzle if it's a little bit more like a Rubik's Cube. I heard someone say, "I'm proud of you." So maybe someone who's passed over is letting you know that. I like that it's a clarity within. It's really helpful because that's what the moon's all about, right? All right, we're gonna leave that like that. Good job, Aries. Thank you for holding that space collectively. Okay, let's move on. Taurus. Oh, okay. So we have the card of unique skills. What's that with? Ooh, the Knight of Wands. Nice. Okay, so you're on a mission. This moon is going to make you feel more confident. You could be... I feel like your sense of self is, again, it's becoming more confident. If you've already been confident, then it stays that way. If you've been down, then you can buck up on this horse and be in control of it. It's like you can do a wheelie. You know how to ride the bike. You can do a wheelie and you feel confident about it. Good for you. You deserve that. This says that it is a time of intense self-development. So you want to focus your mind on your craft. I feel like for some of you too, I heard you're multi-dimensional in your creative process, even spiritually, but I also see very much artistically, like you got a lot of ideas, right? Maybe you're pulling in a lot of different, this is actually, let's stick to the point. If you're pulling in a lot of different directions, it wants you to focus in on what, say you're the majority of the way through. You want to, I heard you want to complete something, but it's also, I guess someone's working on two things. That's really good energy for you though, because usually you're singular focused, right? It says you already have what it takes to succeed, but practice makes you a master. It says it also serves to find your true purpose. Leveling up in your career or business may also be a priority right now. So again, you can just be, it's an overall energy of a person feeling confident in the physical world and what they are able to, like what they can give, you know. Even if that skill was something that other people do, even a lot of other people do, this person is willing to kind of compete within that. But I sense that it's not exactly like I want to win, meaning I beat you. It's more of I believe in myself, and I know that I put my heart and soul in everything that I do. And again, going over your important projects could be very helpful. And what kind of focus are you putting towards work right now, too? Uh, Someone's definitely got some get up and go. That's good. I heard that's really good energy for you. Thank you also for holding that space collectively. Um, Good. All right, let's move along. Gemini, what do you got going on? Okay, this is about your willpower. And the Knight of Swords. Yes, okay, so your mind is also on point. Good. Go get it. um, this card says you will begin. Okay, you will begin. Maybe if there's been something you've been waiting on, waiting to say, or waiting to, because you know that's when the Knight of Swords becomes. He's learning to master himself. Is when he knows how to withhold information, stop his mind from the power of it when it isn't. That isn't something that creates, say, a feeling of success, right? Here also states that you will progress in your endeavors and gain new experiences. The right people and resources will be put upon your path. I heard keep an eye out. You have your eyes open. Maybe there's a Taurus or an Aries, or that in your map is also helpful to look at. Actually, both of those are significant for the transits coming up to this year. Let's see. An excellent proposal or change is coming up. You're destined for greatness. What would you consider yourself great at? You know, not just not okay, not good, but yeah, great. Great's a big jump. How do you define yourself like that? Do you? I mean, I don't think it's exactly even what someone would say to someone else. It's like what they think about themselves. Because I'm great at that. Man, that's big. So where have you done your deepest diving of study? Because you could probably consider yourself, I heard at least pretty darn good about that. If the right people and resources are also to be put up, are this says put upon your path. I guess the Knight of Swords would say on this horsey, this is the fastest horsey in the deck, so it might be slowed down a little bit, right? Give the horse time to rest, and you know maybe that person comes across the pond when the horsey's drinking. So maybe even walking around might help you to meet more people than, say, going fast like driving. People want to talk to you. You figure something out, too, that has to do with prosperity, which I was just reading about that last night, in the sense that prosperity is the essence of it is love. The power of love. I will love, right? Oh, remember that Mars is in your sign too. will also be very close to you in a sort of blind spot way until June. So you'd also, this moon is also maybe helping you to understand more of the power of your words, of your speech. And so I guess when you recognize that there's a lot of power, you don't have to put that much into it if necessary. Right? Because another maturity of him is about listening. Because that's how we actually find out a lot of information. Right? So that we know if they are the right people and these are the right resources, because not all things upon the path will be that just because they're there. Does that make sense? Okay. Moving along. Let's see Cancer for this moon. Cycles. Okay, 1919. Gemini at 1818. And you have the Page of Swords. So many. You see all the people? Good. All right, it says... The Page of Swords is about listening. He asks one simple question, but really he's just listening. They have a lot, this page has a lot of questions, though. I guess to be perfectly honest, when I looked down and was to read this card, it says karma will be paying you a visit! Exclamation point. And then I look up and I see the word power, and then I see warning. And this has a dualistic nature to it. Like a person being afraid of their own power. And a person also being so kind and loving and understanding that it actually creates like naivete even when they know better. It's like consciously being naive unnecessarily. Some of you might be moving into like a new dasha or like a new, what do the Greeks call it? A zodiacal releasing, like a releasing of the bond. So I sense you're moving into another cycle. So karma, because there's this undercurrent when I saw karma where it was like karma is hard. But there's positive karma. So I guess the suggestion here, this Page of Swords says to release the need to control, because you cannot force things. And there's an emphasis of learning the lessons, to learn your lessons so that they do not repeat in the future. Make some space for new experiences. And I feel like this card is representing there's space here for new experiences. He's all about learning too. This is the student. And again, he's asked a lot of questions, so maybe someone's really going over their life cycles. And I sense that this rebirth seems powerful. So maybe there's just influences of beginnings and endings right now, whether past or present, that are sort of, I see this like overlapping geometric kind of circular thing that's moving around. And I see lessons, the future, new experiences. So I'm sensing that you pass. You at least get a B on it. B's not bad. I heard being open with karma. Okay. Logical. Good on the moon. That's a good thing. Look at all these people looking to the Queen of Cups. That's kind of you too. Or that way. All right, let's move along and make sure that we're still recording. Okay, cool. So, Leo, your cards did something funny when I laid them down, just like Aquarius. Leo's 777 and the Emperor. Whoa. So this is good luck. Good luck. So karma, Cancer was just wondering about karma. The Emperor is also looking that way. Fascinating. All the way down the line, look at all these people. Okay, so this card's about contentment and prosperity. Gemini was just talking about this word prosperity. I was reading about it the other day. It really stuck with me. It's like the most prosperous thing to want to have in this life is love. But sometimes the spiritual awakenings or the abundance of really intensive spiritual lessons, life lessons, it can build an armor on us. And I think maybe this moon is letting you know that you can take some armor off. Because when we're uncertain or things have been shaky for a while, it could even have been a long while, right? That just sometimes that's what we have to do. And this Emperor is saying something along the lines with this 777 is that you have so much life experience and wisdom to share. But this is you'll need enthusiasm and effort to get this message to others. So someone has a team too, or they're I guess I wish he'd kind of smile a little more. It's almost like someone's a little bit hesitant to feel or to like overly acknowledge that they have good luck when it's happening. So someone has one of those rug sweeping responses. So it's almost like, I guess this moon is asking too, this interesting, something about the nervous system. Because Emperor is also a very strong person in who they are, spiritually, very responsible. They're very responsible for a lot of people, a lot of different things. And they hold a lot together. So perhaps this moon is opening up a time, let's see. Well, I guess you're not, a person here isn't feeling the need to be at this point like overly responsible for everyone else. They're like, I need to be responsible for myself, right? Other people can handle themselves, and or they have other people that they can rely upon. It's not just all on you, which it shouldn't be. That would be way too much. You wouldn't even have time to like kick off your shoes and relax your feet, you know. And he's kicking it. He's sitting down, but he's still got his shoes on. He's still got his boots on, and things in his hands. And so it's an interesting energy. I guess Aries through Cancer also like gives the you already kind of know what's already been happening. Someone already understands something. This is also like a man. He has 3 children, and I see and a wife. There's 3 kids and a mother and a father. This is also a grandfather, and that's his daughter. Okay. We gotta move forward. I love you, Leo. Obviously, you need to have a real conversation with somebody about something, too. Because I heard, don't worry, I got you. Maybe somebody just needs to hear that. It might be you. All right, Virgo. 1717. Oh my God, I saw this card. This is the drama card. Gemini at 1818. Cancer at 1919. You have 1717. And you have the Fool, which is also facing this way. Okay, Virgo. Let's take a few deep breaths. Right, we just went through, there's all these other people here, right? All this other energy that we just had to work, that we just worked through and figured out. This says you need time to think things over and to consider your options. At this time, for some reason or another, it seems that you must rely solely on yourself in ways of this consideration. It could, I see, it can expand after that. Like you could add other people after that, but initially, because this card is about independence and the soul's mission, again, independently. Right, regardless of the other souls it's connected with or chosen to work with or, you know, have some sort of, I see, lineage with. And there's a lot of healing that's going on here. So I'm almost seeing well, maybe someone takes your independence dramatically. Like maybe if you're not, if you haven't been taking space, I guess someone could feel like, well, I don't want someone to judge that I need to do this for myself, but maybe that's a good indication of who's really understanding where you're at. And I suppose if you express that, because it could just be like an independent relationship other than your main connections, right? Perhaps there's some, I see, alternative timeline, which is looking like a branch on a tree. Because it's almost as if you get to start brand new with something too. I would stay away from fools. I think most Virgos, I have a lot of Virgo in my chart. It's like I've been kind of keeping to myself in this season. I know I understand nature and I work with that as much as humanly possible. So yeah, stay away from fools. So yeah, I'd give this around this moon. I guess you want to sit with, I mean, all the cards are facing this one direction. They're all looking at Aries. And this Queen of, which is the Queen of Cups and clarity. It was the ultimate positive essence of what really can be. Can be. Because sometimes the Fool doesn't know if they're going in the right direction or not. But this card says that you might not believe it, but you are heading in the right direction. And what happens to... Let's see. This is what appears to be... I guess we're not supposed to read that. Let me combine the information in my head instead of out loud. Just a second. Someone does something impulsively, naturally, and right now it's supposed to feel like a lull, like there's a space or it's a slowdown. And the reason why it's if you are feeling a slower energy, you're in the right energy. Because if you try to zip through it, I think that's where the drama would come in, and the Fool would end up being a fool, because it's well, I heard then it would be doing it for the wrong reason. Like impatience or impulsivity or like, I just want it now, I don't have the patience for things. But the Fool's looking to the Emperor, which is one of the most patient cards in the deck, and looking up to God. And they're not afraid of death. Again, you need some time to think things over and consider your options. Start initially solely on yourself. So maybe some of you within your own inner journey, you may be coming across a character of you, like a part of you that is dramatic or doesn't like change or doesn't want the changes that you've been making in your soul at this time, right? It's like an old self, like an old shadow self. So you may have to conquer that, and that may be a bit of when you, if you feel like, well, this is too, I'm just supposed to accept this part of me, but this part of me doesn't like me. When you come across that, that's where you are heading in the right direction. But you can't like argue your way or fight your way or do something dramatic to get past that part of you. It's like there's something about, again, I keep saying the lull in activity is the process, is the natural process. So it's almost like freeze. Like maybe you have to beat that part of you, like I'm seeing it like you have to play a game with it, you know, like, okay, you're good at a staring contest, you don't blink. That's one of your strengths, you can do that. So it's like, to make it like if you win, then you can pass. You know, it's like you can't do it dramatically, you have to do it innocently in a way. And it also makes it fair. Interesting. All right. How are we doing on time? Hold on a second. We'll be all right. Okay, Libra, let's move along. Libra, what's going on? 333 and the King of Pentacles. All right, this card is about support. This King of Pentacles is very supportive. This card is about growth and creativity. This is growth and creativity. Perfect. So things are coming together. Your earth houses are supported right now, or there's something positive going on. Like maybe some of you have an earth trine. You should focus on that. What are your visions in relation to community? I'm picking up strong Taurus energy, and I went up here. Taurus had the unique skills, so that might be something you want to tap into. Let's see. Try to be free in your creation. I'm seeing someone finger painting. I'm seeing someone drawing with their opposing hand, or like, it's actually this really I'm seeing like a cool like sumi brush. I heard get funky with it. Because this is gonna so your self-esteem is becoming boosted. We have support here. This is a character you can you do the play the trust game. They catch you. They catch you. Even the plants around this person, because of their energy and you. I'm seeing like someone plays the trust exercise as a person there. They catch them. It's so comfortable, and the plants come around and like hold you. Okay, maybe you will see 333 around. I mean, that usually happens. But this says work on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. So you should try to create without thinking. You know, some of you have a really good idea. I also see this as financial support. I know it's hard for Libra energy to really rely on other people, because you're the one that feels responsible, right? And you always want to make sure that it's fair. But this is someone also helping. There's some kind of help. I also see someone giving to their community in a really beautiful way, like however a person could. It could be time, it could be money, it could be your services, some way, somehow. Because your self-esteem, which King of Pentacles is generally pretty confident. Even that which he doesn't know, he realizes that, well, he kind of has what he needs and more. So he recognizes his abundance. And he's worked really hard to get in this position, right? You don't become the King of Pentacles yesterday, last year. You know, it's a lot. Because your sense of competence and self-esteem actually contributes to your community. That doesn't mean you always have to be strong for everybody, but it's because you, a person themselves, is like, yeah, I created this, and it feels good when you create it. And I do sense it being something sort of practical in some kind of way, or physical as well. That part's, the tangible part's really important, because you're putting all your senses into it, right? Who else talked about that? You put your heart and soul into everything. I think it was Taurus. Okay. Well, good energy, Libra. I know you've been a little shaky, K2 going through your sign too, just like the material world, pulling. This is showing me that feeling more confident too. Again, being able to rely on the people that are around you, and connected to you. Okay, Scorpio. 11/11 and the 10 of Cups. Well, hey now, happy new moon to you. Good. So this is about a gateway. Okay, so you're gonna seemingly find yourself in the right place at the right time. or that's already happened, because this is wish come true. So if you're waiting for one to come true, I see, have patience. Because something's very close. And if it's already come true, I guess someone's very grateful. Like, I feel like something just came true. I see people, did we already say, like, so grateful? So grateful. I'm so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful for my husband, for my partner, for my kids, for my nieces and my nephews, for this house. I heard, look, we did it. I mean, and there's a lot of, I like the emotional nature here, Scorpio. Very mature. Good job. You know, sometimes the moon's tricky. I think the moon's with Pluto, as far as I know. Like, that's powerful stuff. It's in the same house anyway, so this is like feeling like life is a gift. So if you've been down, you're going pretty high up. It's like a big swing. I'm seeing where someone's walking in the rain, and then all of a sudden, like, the rain just stops. It's like a wall, and then it's sunny right there. That's what happens when you walk through the gateway. So as this also talks about finding yourself in the right place at the right time, even if your wish has already come true that we talked about, there's still more, there's more goodness on top of that. All right. So I guess this means that you would meant to be outside. Someone else talked about being on their feet, versus like in your car, you know, that's when you're driving. That's going to be how you come across something. You're going to see a sign. You're going to see the thing you're looking for, or find somebody that knows something about the thing that you're looking for. I see a really welcoming energy. Good. Good. Any of you who are the Scorpio platonic, I guess this is all of us, but really, like, you know, when it's really dark and low, like the bottom of the pit, and then this is like sitting on rainbows over here, right? This is a real low, this is a real high, then it's low. The changing of things, it's appreciate it when it's up, right? Because you know that it goes back down, even if it's not physically, it's emotionally, right? They just flip-a-roo. Sometimes it does that, especially on a moon. Because this card is also about moderation, so enjoy. I heard enjoy. Oh, here's your bridge, right? Here's your rainbow bridge. Which what does that talk about? Being happy, finding peace and love and happiness within ourselves and this life before we die. Wish come true. So maybe someone's found their enlightenment and just like have forgived so much of their family, and like what they've figured out something, how to forgive and like work through something. I'm really, I heard I'm really, someone else had this, I'm really proud of you. I heard someone say thank you for your hard work. This is also being appreciative and grateful, and putting love and you know, great grace and peace upon people when you see them succeeding also. You know, upon them for happiness, for their successes. Yeah, because it doesn't even actually, it doesn't even have to be your wish come true. I mean, I heard you can get that too, but you know what I'm saying? Nice, Scorpio. Good job. Ten of Cups. Good job on the moon. All right. Sagittarius. Weird number. Okay, this is about belief systems and the Five of Swords. Fascinating. So you're the first. I'm going to pick at this moon a little bit, or use this moon. I don't know, is it conscious though? Let's see. What do you believe, Gemini had something about this. What do you believe that you are better at than someone else? Do you have an issue with that? It's not saying, it's not the system here doesn't work in the way where a person says, I'm better than Bobby at building birdhouses. I'm better than you, Bobby, at building birdhouses. It's not that. It's just, I know that I build better birdhouses than some of the other birdhouse makers that I've seen. Or for some people, it's at the very least at a similar quality, right? What's being done. But the thing is you are very blessed, Sag, right? In your talents, in your skill sets, in your ability to learn. And when you do focus and really embrace what kind of makes you stick out, I heard in the right ways. Then that's actually part of your path of success. Because say someone was like, hey, did you do that? And you're like, yeah, I mean, Sag to me is very honest. Like if you're like, oh my God, you look beautiful today, and be like, I look okay. Like you're aware of yourself. But I feel like with your, maybe this is more physically, but in your skill set way, in your talents, you have to acknowledge where you're good at something. Again, you don't pick on Bobby and his birdhouses, but you don't have to lower your, I heard, your standard. Because again, if it's, well, I'm better, say it was, all right, you've been hanging out with Bobby, he's your main whatever, and it's like, yeah, I'm better than Bobby at making birdhouses. You acknowledge this. The skill set is better. The talent is sharp, right? The tool is sharper. Then I heard you're allowed to move on and move up into, I guess someone doesn't need someone. If someone was, how do I explain this? Well, I heard, I really appreciate all that you do. Because I'm guessing this Bobby's birdhouse, whoever Bobby is somebody that I guess a person admired. Because they knew about them. They did the same thing. I feel like Bobby was making birdhouses before you. So this is an advanced learner. You need to embrace that. Addressing your belief system seems a little, I guess, a little broad. But like, what do you believe about, say, your own unique talents that God has given you? I mean, sometimes those are just a seed, and we have to plant it and care for it before it can become something usable. But I feel like you've already been around the block and know what's going on here. I heard you're intelligible. All right, moving on. Capricorn, happy birthday, happy new year. Let's see this moon for you, Capricorn. Taking initiative. All right, good. That's an optimism. Just a second. Libra and you are the only two that are not going the way that everybody else is going. You're doing something different. Libra in your map, you must have something there. I mean, that's your square, so that's really important. It sets you up actually a lot on what's going on in our relationships and the communication around them. I heard someone's trying to find their own vibe. Or if they're okay, so I saw where someone was going out for a walk, and their intention is I'm going to change my vibration. So it's something that can only be done alone, and it's best if it's done in the evenings. I guess this is the first nighttime card too. Okay, so you're holding the moon for everybody. Oh, that's why you're like, no. You and Libra are like, no, take care of yourself. You can take care of yourself. I heard don't feel bad if you don't feel good. Just honor that. I know that's simpler said than done, but try to remember. Because this is deep contemplation. And I feel like going for a walk by yourself, you're going to figure out a way forward. It's interesting that you and Libra are the only two that are going that way thus far. So this is I build balance, right? I am dedicated to my relationships. And soulfully speaking, the relationship with myself, especially emotionally. This 8 is also walking towards the 9, so therefore there will be good news soon too. Oh, maybe you and Libra are being also, I wonder if you and Libra are being stubborn. Is that true? No. You're doing it for, it's different reasons. That's fine, good. This is count your blessing, singular, count your blessing. What do you feel like the greatest blessing that's ever been gifted to you in this life is? What's the thing in life that you took initiative on when you weren't even in a high vibing, like, ultimate happy place, and you did something courageous and it gave you such a beautiful positive result? Because it's almost like when you're low or when you feel like you're lacking is actually, it's just wanting you, again, I see, to count your blessing. Because I guess when this energy is showing me when someone lacks, especially emotionally, they like trying to fill a hole emotionally. Okay. I saw someone recalibrating their energy again. It's like flushing the pipes makes it feel empty. But then what comes in is this deeper emotional knowledge. So a person can really stand on their own comfortably. I guess you're supposed to spend time. This would be a moon where you spend time, because this is taking initiative, but this is emotional initiative. I almost feel like someone else talked about like overcoming, is it Virgo? Like meeting a part of themselves, like a part of their shadow selves inside of them, and it's like they had to combat with them, but you couldn't do it dramatically. And I almost feel like this is where you pass that test, or you can cross the bridge, and after that you feel empty because you're like, oh, a part of myself, this emotional part of myself that wasn't good for me isn't there, and it isn't there anymore. I don't want it there, and now it isn't there, so I feel a little empty. Okay, well, that would be natural. That's all right. Remember, you're going towards the 9. You'll be full again, right? There's the card of fulfillment emotionally. Okay, let's see. Aquarius, happy birthday. Okay, hold your vision. 15, 51, and 9. You're looking the same way as the majority. Hold your vision. So you're meant to look. Hold on. Guess you're a bit tired on this moon. Okay, it says it's time to put your faith and time into your ideas and pursue with all your might. But this person doesn't necessarily have a lot of might. They can hold it together, but they're tired. It's like the end of their shift. You know, they're kind of like, all right, looking at the clock, waiting to punch out, you know. So something takes longer than someone thinks it would. So in the meantime, I guess we're meant to focus on the good and maintain that concentration on the outcome that you desire. It's kind of like, I guess, visual creation, like playing a movie in your head. But it may be hard, it may be a little bit hard to see. Someone may be having a hard time seeing the positive, because 9 of Wands is also like a spiritual test card to me. It's like someone might feel hemmed in, and the vision can be sort of short-sighted, but that's because it's deeply actually going within. I'm almost seeing this person kind of spacing out, like even when they're at work, because I need you to know that this character here definitely has a beautifully courageous and brave spirit. So remember that you're always beautiful and courageous and brave, even when you feel weak. And maybe that's what somebody needs to hear. Because sometimes you have a little faith, you know. And again, someone might be going through a little bit of a spiritual shifting there, learning there. Or they're learning, what they've been learning about is and studying about and mentally putting a lot of time and energy into, it's kind of taking a toll on somebody. So I would say that this moon would also be is giving you a leeway to rest also. That might be focusing, the part of the focusing on the good to maintain, right? And maintain. It's like, yeah, we have to maintain our energy also. We have to rest. It's still winter for most of us, especially. I'm seeing someone do a magic eye also. It's like where they stare and it's like they almost, their eyes kind of unfocus. And then they can like see something else. And that might be your vision too. Maybe some of you need to get your eyes checked. All right. Last but not least, happy almost birthday, Pisces. 1515. Aquarius said 1551. The Chariot. Okay, so someone comes to help, someone comes to the rescue. Someone's here for you. This person here for you. I feel like you're on the right track. You could get somebody might find a cheap vehicle, or you might have to do something with your vehicle. Or maybe like your bill, it's interesting we're talking like, but it's like something like something's cheaper than you thought it would be. Or it's not, you don't have to expend as much to have what you were needing. I do think someone's feeling stronger here. And this is keep going. Chariot is about forward motion. But this is sort of like, I don't want to waste gas just driving around. But I think that's more energy. And it could be kind of where the literal, like someone just sort of driving around, maybe you'll see something that is some kind of opportunity to you, or it gives you the help that you need. And this card actually says extra cash. I don't know, like maybe just because there's support either way. And maybe, especially if you felt kind of stuck, like things haven't been moving forward in the way that you want. I almost feel like I'm seeing these wheels, they have like something that was kind of holding them in place, and those come up. And it's like, okay, and these stand up, and then they start moving. So what are you passionate about right now? Because you're also, if it's not right now, I heard sooner than later, there's some kind of invitation. Because I heard you don't need to, something about like you don't need to know what it is that's ahead, like what it's all going to be. It's just, you just need to be in the right direction. And I feel like the direction that you're facing is the right direction. But Chariot's kind of serious, and this is also asking you to have fun when performing your tasks, or like when going from A to B. So maybe it's just being the feeling of moving forward. Maybe it's the driving. It's like you're kind of pushing through, but you control the gas, you know. Yeah, I'd say going to see somebody. Look, Six of Cups, Lovers would actually be really good for you. Maybe it'll give you a different focus in relation to like what you're creating or some of your goals. Or maybe it's just kind of like inspiring to, I'm seeing people like kind of sit down and I heard, oh, it's so good to see you. Yeah, Empress, I love you so much. Maybe go see your mom or your sister, another woman. So maybe someone comes pick you up. Remember, this is spirit picking you up too. Yeah. All right. I hope you have a good moon. Thank you for being here. Peace out.